You know, many of us know that familiar feeling, right? That
Yeah.
stack of bills, maybe the savings account that's just barely ticking up.
Mhm.
Or just that heavy sense sometimes of being adrift with our money choices.
Yeah, definitely.
But what if the path to clarity and maybe even abundance was simpler, older maybe than we think?
Interesting.
What if there's a kind of secret code, passed down through generations, one that built not just individual wealth, but like entire thriving communities?
Right.
Today, we're going to deep dive into what our sources are calling timeless Jewish money secrets.
And our mission here really is just that, to pull out the most impactful nuggets of knowledge from the sources you shared.
Okay.
And look, this isn't about some get-rich-quick thing or, abstract theory.
Right, none of that.
No, we're looking at real strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff handed down over centuries, rooted in, well, unwavering faith, solid values, and a pretty powerful history of overcoming challenges.
Mm-hmm.
You could really think of it as the kind of secret blueprint, one that has reshaped financial futures, and honestly, it can absolutely reshape yours.
So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by, money decisions or frustrated because you can't seem to save or maybe even burdened by debt, you're definitely not alone.
Not at all.
So many people have stood right where you are, faced these exact same challenges, and found a powerful way forward. And often it's by embracing this surprisingly practical, timeless wisdom.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're embarking on a journey into these actionable, proven practices that have really stood the test of time. Let's maybe kick things off by focusing on what our sources call the bedrock of your financial success.
Okay.
Think of it like building a house, right? You need strong concrete, a solid foundation before you even think about the roof or the fancy stuff inside.
Absolutely. And this isn't just, generic advice you hear everywhere. This foundation, it's built on principles deeply rooted in tradition, tested by millennia, really, drawing from the hard-earned lessons of generations who truly understood resilience.
So let's unpack that. The first actionable pillar the sources really highlight is budgeting with purpose. It's not just about tracking numbers, is it? What did you find in the sources about why this kind of meticulous accounting was so central?
That's a great point. It wasn't just about financial control in the modern sense.
Okay.
The sources talk about this idea of knowing your stewardship, like understanding that every resource you have is a kind of trust.
The trust. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's not just about cutting expenses. It's about aligning every single dollar with your deepest commitments, both personal and communal.
Right.
So you take a hard look at your spending, like literally write down every expense for a month.
Every single one.
Every single one. And as you do it, you're prompted to ask, is this expense aligned with my core values, with my long-term goals? This makes sure every dollar serves a purpose beyond just, immediate gratification.
That really reframes it. And connected to that, the sources bring up something they call a savings seed.
Yes.
It's more than just putting money away, isn't it?
Yeah, it ties right into that stewardship philosophy.
Yeah.
Our sources often reference the principle of Masser.
Masser.
Right. A practice of tithing, often around 10%, not just as charity, but as a foundational act. Financial discipline, faith. It's all tied together.
Okay.
So the moment you get paid, the advice is immediately transfer 10% of that into a separate savings account.
Right away.
Right away. It might feel small at first, but it's like planting a seed that, with time and care, grows into something really resilient, life-changing even, a tangible representation of your values.
And here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Yeah.
The principle of mishpat. On the surface, it just sounds like, fairness. But the sources dive deeper into how mishpat, which means justice, accountability, balanced decision-making, how that profoundly impacts financial interactions. How does it differ from just, say, standard ethical business practices?
That's a really crucial distinction. Mishpat goes beyond just being honest.
Okay.
It emphasizes equity, mutual responsibility in every transaction.
Every single one.
Yeah. For example, there are concepts like ona devaram, which is about avoiding causing distress through unfair words or, prices. That profoundly shapes how you negotiate deals or how carefully you scrutinize contracts. It means protecting not just your own family from harmful financial traps, but also ensuring the other party is dealt with equitably.
So it builds trust.
Exactly. Long-term trust. And a reputation that, frankly, pays dividends down the line.
And as you're implementing these foundational things, the sources are clear. You need to actively track your progress. What did they emphasize about that part?
It's the feedback loop, essentially. Using a simple spreadsheet, or even an old-fashioned ledger to record your income, expenses, savings.
Yeah.
It isn't just about the numbers.
Right.
It's about seeing the story of your discipline, your growth unfolding right there.
Yeah.
It gives you the clarity to make adjustments, and it reinforces those positive habits.
To really bring this home, our sources tell the story of David, small business owner from Newark.
Okay.
He was basically drowning in bills, staring down a $5,000 monthly deficit.
Wow.
His turning point wasn't some magic bullet. It was actually diving deep into this cultural heritage. He specifically remembered his grandmother's lessons, that every coin had a story and every expense was an opportunity to reaffirm his values.
Powerful.
Yeah. This simple, but like you said, powerful mindset shift, combined with disciplined tracking, allowed David to turn that deficit into a really robust saving plan. He eventually cleared his debt.
Amazing.
His success came directly from applying that budgeting with purpose, consistently recording every transaction, and, being accountable to his traditions.
And David's story, it isn't unique. It's really a testament to these principles. By embracing these foundational practices, you're not just honoring a legacy of resilience.
Right.
You're actively creating a future where you have genuine control over your money, over your life. Now, this transformation, it won't happen overnight.
No, of course not.
But step by step, with each conscious decision, you'll build a foundation that's strong, enduring, and truly transformative.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. You've been grinding, right? Day in, day out, feeling like no matter how hard you work, your finances just stay stuck.
Mm-hmm. That feeling.
It's often not just about the numbers, is it? What if you could actually flip that script? What if you could, reprogram your inner dialogue about money and finally start building wealth on your own terms?
That's precisely what our sources dig into next. The core secret here is really recognizing that money is a tool.
A tool, not the goal.
Exactly. Not the goal in itself. All too often, people get caught in this cycle of limiting beliefs, thinking, wealth is only for a lucky few, or my hard work is never enough.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
This shift in perspective, seeing money as an instrument for good, for purpose, that's the real foundation for change.
It is a profound shift. I mean, think about Dave again, who we just heard about.
Right.
At one point, he was drowning in self-doubt and debt, convinced his financial future was sort of predetermined.
Yeah.
But instead of just resigning himself, he started treating every dollar as an opportunity for change. He started small, meticulously tracking every single expense, even that daily coffee.
The coffee again.
The coffee. Within a few months, he realized that just by cutting back on some minor indulgences, he could free up an extra $100 a month.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that. Then he strategically redirected that money toward paying down his credit card debt. And a year later, David had cut his debt by an astonishing 40%.
That's incredible.
It was a tangible, powerful win that completely redefined his outlook on money. He shifted from scarcity to genuine control.
And you listening can initiate a similar change. Start by challenging your own limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, what if I truly believe that every dollar saved or invested is a seed for exponential future growth? Begin by setting aside a small, consistent amount each week. Even $10 or $20. The key isn't the size of the deposit. It's building the habit.
To habit, right.
Track its growth. Watch how your confidence grows right along with it.
And another powerful technique from the sources is replacing that habitual negative self-talk with constructive direct affirmations.
Like what?
Well, instead of thinking, I'll never get ahead, try telling yourself, every decision I make brings me closer to my financial goals.
Simple but effective.
And before you make an impulsive purchase, just pause. Ask, will this purchase genuinely move me closer to my goals? Often you'll find the answer is no, and that empowers a more deliberate choice.
Our sources even suggest a simple, pretty powerful budgeting rule. For every $100 you earned, commit to putting at least 10% aside.
10%?
10%.
Yeah.
And you can automate this. Set it up directly through your bank.
Yeah.
An automatic transfer to savings the day after you get paid.
It takes the emotion out of it.
Exactly. Automation eliminates those emotional decisions and makes saving just inevitable, like paying your rent.
Consider Sarah. Her story also really resonates in the sources. She was working 2 jobs, just trying to make ends meet, always feeling like there wasn't enough.
A common struggle.
Totally. But with a profound shift in her financial mindset, she started actively tracking her income and spending. Within just 6 months, Sarah wasn't just saving money. She had built a solid emergency fund, $3,000.
Wow, in 6 months.
Yeah. Her success wasn't about a sudden windfall. It was about recognizing that her spending was entirely under her control and choosing to believe, I deserve a secure financial future.
And here's another actionable tip the sources really emphasize. Create your own money journal.
A money journal.
Yeah. Each day, just write down one financial decision you made, no matter how small, that brought you closer to your long-term goals. Over time, that journal becomes this powerful record of progress, a tangible reminder of your own ability to control and dramatically improve your financial life.
Remember, profound change rarely happens overnight. Just like physical muscles build with consistent exercise. Your financial mindset strengthens with daily, deliberate practice. You absolutely have the power to change the financial narrative of your life, one conscious action at a time. Now, you understand that money isn't just about the numbers in your bank account, right? It's a tool for building real life, real community.
Exactly.
So picture this. Every time you decide to share a little of your wealth, you're not just giving away spare change, you're actually cementing relationships, nurturing trust, and creating a foundation for a thriving future that, well, echoes back to you.
And this is where we really get into tzedakah, that timeless Jewish tradition of charity and justice.
Right.
What's fascinating here is that instead of treating charity as some vague ideal, our sources suggest approaching it like any other smart strategic investment.
Yeah.
It's a foundational act, not an afterthought.
Let's go back to David for a second, the accountant this time, from a mid-sized city. He was juggling 3 mortgages and, frankly, pretty skeptical about giving away money when he felt so burdened himself.
Understandable.
But when he started setting aside just 1% of his monthly income, about $100 for tzedakah, something surprising happened.
What was that?
Not only did he find his anxiety about money actually decreased, but his network of connections broadened in really unexpected ways. That seemingly modest donation led to reciprocal acts of kindness, including a job referral that eventually boosted his salary by 15%.
Wow. So giving led to getting, in a way.
In a very real way, his act of giving became a catalyst for abundance, both personally and professionally.
Let's break down the numbers there and the philosophy. Imagine you earn, say, $3,000 a month. Allocating just 1%, that's $30.
Okay, $30.
Might seem insignificant at first, but over a year, that's $360. That amount can provide meals for a family or support a vital community program. Our sources are really clear. Giving isn't a burden. It's not an afterthought. It's a dynamic, integral step in your financial growth strategy.
Shifting the mindset.
Exactly. Shifting from scarcity to abundance. Recognizing that true prosperity involves flow, not just accumulation.
Consider Sarah's example again. Remember, she was burdened with student loans. She adopted a disciplined tzedakah practice, donating just $20 per month. This practice, rather than feeling like a sacrifice, it actually forced her to monitor her expenses closely, to prioritize her spending with remarkable precision.
So it imposed discipline.
Exactly. Instead of feeling deprived, Sarah felt empowered. By consciously tracking her tzedakah contributions, she became a master of her own finances. She trimmed unnecessary expenses, reallocated funds to clear her student debt faster, and even built a small nest egg.
So for her, tzedakah wasn't just a ritual.
No, it was a powerful catalyst for smarter money management, for personal financial empowerment.
Now, you might be thinking, but what if I genuinely don't have any extra money to give?
Yeah, that's a real concern for many.
Our sources address this directly. Start with what you have. Even if you're living paycheck to paycheck, consider non-monetary contributions.
Like what?
You could volunteer your time, your skills, offer professional advice to someone who needs it. Simply help a neighbor. The core message is that real wealth isn't solely measured in dollars. It's profoundly measured by the value you add to other people's lives and the connections you foster.
And when you implement these kinds of actionable tips, the sources advise you to meticulously track your progress.
Track the giving.
Yeah. Keep a simple journal or spreadsheet. Record all your contributions, whether it's cash or time. Then review your entries over a year. Identify not only the most effective ways you've given, but also the ripple effects it's had on your own life.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So in essence, tzedakah transforms your approach to money. It shifts it from a solitary pursuit into a community-centered venture, where every dollar, every minute of your time builds a bridge to a more resilient, connected, and truly prosperous future for everyone involved.
Okay, so you're here because you know that if you don't get a grip on your finances today, tomorrow could bring, well, more unwanted surprises.
Right.
It's about viewing your money as a powerful tool, a resource to be managed carefully, not some fleeting toy to be indulged.
And the foundation of this strategic stewardship, as highlighted again and again in our sources, starts with ruthlessly tracking every single expense for a month.
Ruthlessly. I like that.
Yes. Yes, your morning coffee counts.
Always the coffee?
Always the coffee. I remember a friend who, after tracking his spending, was just utterly shocked. He was spending over $300 a month on little non-essentials.
Wow.
That awareness was his turning point. He immediately cut back, started diverting those funds into a dedicated savings account. This simple act, it's the very foundation. It transforms financial chaos into genuine control.
Okay, so once you have that crystal clear picture, then it's time for a concrete plan.
Yeah.
A rule that worked for many, and it echoes the source's emphasis on boundaries, is the envelope system.
The old envelope system. Digital versions now, too.
Yeah, right, or digital equivalents. You divide your money into clear categories: bills, groceries, maybe fun money, and definitely savings. When you allocate funds into these envelopes, you're setting clear boundaries for your spending. It's like giving each dollar a specific job.
Right.
For example, a small business owner I mentored started with an envelope, a virtual one for $500 in discretionary spending. Within 3 months, he documented a 25% decrease in unnecessary expenses.
Just from that.
Yeah, which allowed him to invest significantly more back into growing his business.
Speaking of investments, let's talk about a real secret weapon found throughout our sources: compound interest.
Oh, the magic of
It
compounding.
really feels like magic, but it's pure math. If you consistently set aside just $200 a month into a diversified portfolio, maybe earning an average of 6% annual return,
Wow.
in 20 years, you're looking at nearly $100,000.
Wow. From $200 a month.
Exactly. It's not instant, but it's powerful. Amplified by time. Our sources highlighted the story of a single parent working 2 jobs who, by investing small amounts consistently over a decade,
Yeah.
not only built a substantial safety net, but gained the financial confidence to make a bold, successful career change.
That's amazing. But let's tackle a common pain point head-on: debt.
Of debt, yes.
You know that sinking feeling when the interest rates just keep piling up? Our sources advise attacking your debt like you would a leaking roof, with immediate, focused action.
Right, don't ignore it.
No. They advocate for the snowball method. Start by aggressively paying off the smallest debt first. Get it out of the way.
Get that win.
Exactly. Build momentum. Then roll that freed-up payment into the next, larger debt. This strategy is about building powerful momentum and those crucial psychological wins.
Makes sense.
I recall a situation where someone paid off $10,000 in credit card debt in just 2 years by meticulously following this strategy. It wasn't luck, it was deliberate, disciplined action.
And here's another actionable tip for maintaining control. Set specific, measurable goals.
Okay.
Don't just say, I want to save more money. That's too vague.
Right.
Instead, articulate, I'm going to save $1,000 in the next 6 months. Write that goal down. Monitor your progress weekly. Adjust if needed. When your goal is clear and tracked, you're not just saving, you're building tangible milestones towards financial freedom.
I also want you to consider automating as much of this as possible.
Automation is key.
Setting up automatic transfers to your savings or investment fund on payday, it turns a daunting task into a routine, an almost invisible habit.
Right. Set it and forget it in a good way.
Yeah. One of my colleagues automated her savings, and she was genuinely amazed at how the money just accumulated, without her ever feeling the pinch until she looked at her account months later and the progress was undeniable.
Finally, our sources consistently stress the importance of regular review and revision. You're not going to just set it and forget it forever.
No.
Every quarter, sit down. Honestly evaluate your budget, your expenses, your investments. These regular adjustments prevent small issues from snowballing into big problems.
Like a captain checking the course.
Exactly. You're the captain of your financial ship. Consistent course corrections will ensure you stay firmly on track.
And that's the true power of strategic stewardship, isn't it? It turns anxiety into empowerment, confusion into clarity, and it leads you to a future where your money genuinely works for you, not the other way around. Imagine stepping into a room buzzing with energy, knowing that every handshake, every conversation could be a building block in your network of success. You are actively sculpting the future of your career and finances by being incredibly intentional about connecting with people.
And our sources are very clear on this. Start by identifying your specific goals. Ask yourself, what milestones do I need to hit? Maybe it's scaling a business or pivoting careers.
Okay.
Once you know your target, you can strategically seek out people who have already walked that path, people who can genuinely guide you.
I remember when I felt utterly stuck. Mid-level position, no clear path up.
Yeah.
I realized if I wanted a breakthrough, I had to expand my circle beyond just my immediate colleagues. I started reaching out to people at a local entrepreneur meetup.
Okay. Putting yourself out there.
Yeah. And eventually I found a mentor who'd built a business from the ground up. Within a year, I went from like a modest 10% salary increase to a leadership role offering a 35% boost and a ton of new opportunities. That personal connection changed everything.
And the key there, as our sources highlight, is being incredibly intentional in your outreach.
Oh, so?
Instead of sending a generic request, spend time researching the person's background. Find one specific thing they've done that genuinely resonates with your ambitions. Maybe a project they spearheaded.
Okay.
And mention it directly. You might say, I really appreciated your insight on scaling startups without burning out. It shows genuine respect for their experience, and it opens the door for a meaningful conversation.
When you're at networking events, the advice from the sources is treat them like workshops, not just parties.
Right. Be purposeful.
Yeah. Prepare a concise personal pitch. Who you are, what you do, what specific advice or connection you're looking for.
Got an example?
Sure. Like,
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alex. I run a small business in sustainable fashion, and I'm looking for advice on scaling operations while maintaining quality and ethics. That clarity, it often leads to far more targeted and valuable advice.
Makes sense.
In one powerful instance described in the sources, a simple, clear conversation at an industry conference led to a referral. That resulted in a partnership worth over $50,000 in new business.
Wow. That's the power of structured, purposeful networking.
Exactly.
You also have to be prepared for rejection, though.
Oh, definitely.
Not every conversation will blossom into a lasting relationship, and that's okay. Our sources emphasize that each interaction is simply a chance to practice your approach, refine your message.
Practice.
Yeah. And a practical tip, keep a small journal or use a note-taking app. Write down who you met, what you discussed, any follow-up actions. This helps you build a real relationship map over time.
And mentorship, the sources clarify, isn't always some formal, long-term thing.
Right.
Sometimes just a casual chat over coffee can spark an idea that totally transforms your thinking. The key is consistent follow-up.
Follow-up is crucial.
A simple email saying, "Thank you for sharing your insights. I'm excited to explore what we discussed further." It keeps the channel open, shows respect for their time.
Another powerful, actionable tip from the sources. Diversify your network.
Get outside your bubble.
Exactly. Don't just stick to your industry. Breakthrough ideas often come from unexpected places. Attend workshops, seminars completely outside your usual scope.
Really?
Yeah. I distinctly remember meeting a retired executive in a local cooking class, of all places.
Cooking class.
Yeah. And that unexpected conversation sparked a project that eventually saved my company thousands in operational costs.
Yeah.
You never know where your next great insight will come from.
Your network, the sources remind us, is a living, evolving asset. It needs constant care, nurturing. Set aside dedicated time each week to reach out to contacts, even just a quick check-in. And remember, it's not just about asking for favors.
Right? Give before you get.
Think of ways to genuinely add value before asking for advice. Offer your expertise in an area. Or just be a supportive, engaged listener. Reciprocity is key.
And as you meticulously build this network, make sure to track your progress in tangible terms.
Tangible.
Yeah. Note the specific benefits. The introduction that led to a pivotal job interview, the mentor who helped you refine your business strategy, the casual conversation that sparked a transformative idea.
Yeah.
These milestones are powerful motivation, a testament to the value of your connections.
The alliances you intentionally build today will truly be the stepping stones for your greatest achievements tomorrow. You've probably felt it, right? That relentless pressure of work that leaves you just exhausted, overwhelmed, questioning if you're building anything more than just a paycheck.
Burnout is real.
Totally. Our sources are very clear. You are not meant to just work yourself to the bone, sacrificing your well-being for a bigger bank balance.
Right. Instead, you deserve a balanced approach. One that profoundly marries hard work with wisdom, ethics, and continuous learning.
And this isn't just about how many hours you clock in. It's about how effectively, how purposefully you use those hours.
Okay.
Our sources suggest aligning your hard work with your core values so that every effort builds toward a richer, more fulfilling life that goes way beyond just financial gain.
I remember my own wake-up call. I was grinding 10, 12 hours a day,
Wow.
fueled by that myth, more hours equals more success, and I was burning out completely.
Yeah.
That's when I realized I needed to define my non-negotiables, principles deeply rooted in this wisdom of balance from our sources.
Like what?
For instance, I decided 2 hours a day were sacred for family time or learning a new skill, and I protected that time like it was a client meeting.
Treating yourself like a priority.
Exactly. I began setting aside 60 minutes each morning for personal development, another 60 for a short workout. These routines didn't cost me extra money, but they bought clarity, energy, that no amount of overtime ever could. Next, our sources really emphasize the importance of establishing clear boundaries at work.
Boundaries. That can be tough.
It can be. But you need to communicate to your boss, your team, that while you're committed to excellence, you're also committed to a balanced life.
Okay.
I remember this pivotal moment. A supervisor asked me to stay on for an extra 3 hours. Instead of just agreeing, I calmly outlined my schedule for the day and said, I cannot alter my commitments because my efficiency and focus are at stake if I overextend.
How did that go over?
That conversation fundamentally shifted how my team respected work-life boundaries. It set a precedent. Practical tip. Use your calendar as a tool. Block off time that is strictly you time, and treat it like any important, unmissable meeting.
You might worry, though, that by setting these boundaries, you'll miss out on opportunities.
Right. The FOMO is real.
But studies actually show that working smarter, taking regular breaks, ensuring clear work-life separation can increase productivity by up to 20%.
Interesting. So less is more, in a way.
Your results will speak louder than your screen time.
Now, let's talk deeply about ethics. Our sources consistently highlight that real, lasting success is built on an unwavering foundation of ethical choices.
Absolutely critical.
You've likely encountered instances where shortcuts, maybe they seem profitable short-term, eventually led to compromise, collapse even.
Yeah.
If an opportunity arises that seems too good to be true, ask yourself, does this align with my values? Will I be proud of this decision 5 years from now?
That's a good litmus test.
In my early days, I almost fell for this tempting business venture. Promised quick gains, but it would have meant compromising my core values. I walked away.
Tough decision.
At the time, yeah. But looking back, that decision saved me from long-term regret and a damaged reputation. Our sources are clear. Trust is a currency far more valuable than any quick profit.
Continuous learning is your absolute secret weapon.
Absolutely.
The world is evolving so fast, the skills that worked yesterday might not cut it tomorrow. Our sources strongly advise investing in courses, books, even informal mentorships. Things that allow you to constantly upgrade your skill set.
Staying sharp.
Exactly. For instance, I set a goal to learn one new skill every quarter. Last year, I learned the fundamentals of digital marketing. That directly contributed to a 15% uptick in my business's outreach efforts. Learning isn't a luxury, it's a strategic necessity.
So your actionable plan from these sources is pretty clear. Reevaluate your schedule, set concrete boundaries, make conscious investments in yourself through continuous learning, and consistently make ethical decisions in your professional life.
Okay.
This builds a reputation that isn't just profitable, but deeply respected. It ensures your career is future-proofed.
In the end, balancing work and wisdom isn't about depriving yourself of opportunities. It's about harnessing every opportunity to lead a life that's both profoundly successful and truly sustainable. Hard work should empower you, not enslave you. Okay, when you hit a financial setback, maybe an unexpected bill, job loss, and your bank account takes that hit, you might feel like you're drowning.
Yeah, it's a scary feeling.
But let me tell you, this is the exact moment when your real strength is forged. Our sources emphasize these moments. They're not the end of your story. They are the spark that lights your path toward a sturdier, more resilient financial future.
And the first step, as our sources consistently advise, is simple but powerful. Assess your expenses. Get brutally honest about where your money is actually going.
Brutally honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sit down with your bank statements. List every single expense, regular bills, that daily coffee habit.
There it is again.
Always. And then ask yourself, is this truly necessary right now? Cutting back might mean skipping a few nights out, sure. But these strategic adjustments are your lifeline while you regain your footing.
Our sources share the compelling story of David, again, the friend who lost his job unexpectedly.
Okay.
Instead of, wallowing in self-pity, David immediately reallocated his finances. He ruthlessly slashed his monthly spending by 20%.
20%? Wow.
Yeah. And redirected every freed up dollar into a savings account dedicated solely to emergencies. Within just 3 months, he built a buffer of $1,200.
That's fast.
A cushion that eventually became his springboard to a completely new career path. His success was the direct result of making deliberate, thoughtful choices under immense pressure.
Next, focus on creating a robust contingency plan. When you've been struck by adversity, you need a clear roadmap.
Right. A plan.
Our sources advise setting a specific savings goal. Aim for at least 3 months' worth of living expenses if possible.
3 months. Okay.
Break that total down into manageable weekly or monthly targets. You might also need to consider adopting side hustles, freelance gigs, even part-time work to provide that crucial stability until you regain your primary footing.
And another crucial element in the sources is learning from your setbacks.
Learning, yes.
Ask yourself, what precisely led me to this point? Was it a lack of planning? A risky financial decision?
Yeah.
Or just an unforeseen event?
Digging deep.
Yeah. Write down your thoughts. Meticulously identify any patterns. If overspending tripped you up, commit to a budget going forward. Stick to it. Many who have reined in their spending by diligently tracking every expense. They report a dramatic decrease in financial anxiety. They finally know where their money is going. It's accounted for, not vanishing into thin air.
Now let's get real about debt again. If you're carrying credit card balances or loans, our sources strongly advise tackling them head-on.
Don't hide from it.
No. Start with the highest interest rates first. Make extra payments whenever possible. I've seen people trim a $10,000 debt by 5% interest down in just over a year, simply by committing to paying an extra $100 each month.
Small steps, big impact.
Exactly. These aren't magic numbers, but tangible, disciplined steps. Also, don't be afraid to negotiate with your creditors if you're overwhelmed. Many are surprisingly willing to offer temporary relief programs.
The core wisdom from our sources is really to embrace the mindset that every setback is a profound lesson in disguise.
A lesson.
Yeah. For example, consider the common milestone of an unexpected car repair. Instead of lamenting the $500 expense, use it as a powerful opportunity. Learn about setting aside a specific, unexpected fund for those things that simply cannot be planned for.
Turning a crisis into a learning opportunity.
Exactly.
Remember, you are never alone in facing financial storms. Our sources assure us many have faced significant financial challenges and emerged stronger by implementing concrete strategies.
Right.
Each decision you make now, tracking spending, setting strict savings goals, consciously reducing unnecessary costs, is a powerful step toward transforming adversity into a genuine financial advantage.
For the next time you face a financial hurdle, pause, assess, and act decisively. Take immediate control of your spending. Set clear, ambitious goals. Attack your debt systematically. And create a realistic, practical plan. It's time to turn those setbacks into the powerful stepping stones that truly pave your road to lasting financial freedom. Okay, let's get real. Building wealth is hard work.
It is.
But keeping it, ensuring it serves future generations, that's a whole different beast altogether.
It really is.
There's that common saying, right? Wealth rarely survives 3 generations.
But here's the kicker. Our sources consistently highlight that many Jewish families have actually preserved their wealth for over 300 years.
300 years.
Yeah. This remarkable longevity. It's attributed to a unique blend of deep financial literacy, ethical investing, and really intentional family planning that goes beyond typical strategies.
Okay.
Take the Tish family, for example. Their wealth, estimated in the billions, comes from diverse interests: real estate, hospitality. But what's key is how it's been meticulously managed and passed down across multiple generations, with shared values.
So how can you apply these profound principles to your own life, your own legacy? First, financial education.
Crucial.
Our sources emphasize making it a family affair. Discuss budgeting, saving, investing with your children. Not as abstract concepts, but using real-life examples, involving them in decision.
Building that culture early.
Exactly. It imparts critical knowledge, but it also deeply fosters a culture of openness, shared responsibility around money.
Second, our sources heavily emphasize ethical investing.
Right. We touched on this.
Yeah. And this isn't just about doing good. It's about aligning profit with purpose in a way that builds trust, long-term stability.
Okay.
Consider deeply investing in socially responsible investing, SRI, or environmental, social, and governance ESG factors when building your portfolios. This approach ensures your investments genuinely reflect your values and actively contribute positively to society, building a more sustainable future for your wealth.
Third, estate planning. It's absolutely crucial.
Often overlooked but vital.
Our sources highlight its vital role in preventing devastating disputes, significant financial loss within families, work proactively with trusted advisors, create wills, trusts that meticulously reflect your wishes and your deeply held values.
Detailed planning.
Yeah, it not only preserves wealth, but significantly promotes family harmony, continuity.
Fourth, and perhaps most importantly, open communication.
Talking about money.
Yes, our sources consistently advocate for conducting regular, transparent family meetings to discuss financial matters. This openness about assets, intentions, expectations, it helps align all family members, ensures everyone is truly on the same page, preventing misunderstandings and fostering collective stewardship.
And finally, invest in continuous education, not just for yourself, but for your entire family.
The whole family unit.
Encourage continuous learning, personal development within the family, this intellectual, skill-based investment. It not only enhances individual capabilities, but profoundly strengthens the family's collective financial acumen, adaptability in an ever-changing world.
Ultimately, building truly generational wealth, as our sources reveal, it isn't about quick fixes or secret formulas in some mystical sense.
No magic wands.
No, it's about consistent, intentional actions, deeply grounded in shared values, education, and an unwavering commitment to both family and community.
By diligently applying these timeless principles, you can create a lasting legacy that truly benefits not just your immediate family, but your community and beyond. We've taken quite a deep dive today, haven't we, into this rich tapestry of actionable, proven practices that have really stood the test of time, uncovering powerful insights that can truly transform your financial life.
So here's maybe a thought for you to carry forward, something to truly mull over.
Okay.
How might genuinely integrating these timeless principles into your financial life redefine not just your bank account balance, but your very definition of what it means to be truly rich?
That's a powerful question. Your journey really is just beginning. The profound knowledge you've gained today will empower you to seize control, cultivate resilience, and decisively shape a future of lasting prosperity.